Hi, thanks for joining us. I'm T with Not Good at Normal, and today we're not going to talk about our usual Hollywood or lesbians in Hollywood. I found a video recently from a an ex-Christian music artist, and well, I guess maybe she still does it, but for a short time she didn't. She was excommunicated from all that because she had came out as lesbian. She's gay. She even has a wife now. Her name is Grace Baldridge, I believe, and she has a show on YouTube here called State of Grace, and it's really fascinating. The episode I was watching was called "The Dark Reality of Christian Music," and the reason why it kind of resonated with me is because when I was first starting in radio, the second station I worked for was a contemporary Christian music station, and I had kind of felt like maybe they thought they were like holier than thou, better than anyone else, and it's just a weird feeling, because I was always Christian. I was brought up Christian, and I have my own beliefs now. I don't go to the same church as my mother. And I have my struggles with, again, being bisexual, um, and Christianity, and internal fights with myself. And is it lust, or is it stuff of the flesh, or is it the way I was born because God wanted me to be this way? And being, if you've seen any of the videos, being later in life, um, lesbian, bisexual. I'm guessing I'll always have the struggles. But back to Grace's program, she was talking about how the Christian community, they think of themselves as like super Christians, or maybe other people think of them and they put them on a pedestal. And so within that community, you certainly can't be bisexual or gay or anything on the spectrum of being other than heterosexual. So that got me to then research and look through, because I love research, so I will do it. And that's probably why my videos are too few and far between, because I take way too long, but I love research, so that's why. So I was looking at scandals within the Christian music community. And oh boy, there have been a lot more than I remember or even know, because I really don't listen to much Christian music anymore. I don't know. So, like, I guess I first started in the Christian radio station was like 1990, I think, up until maybe 97. So, when some of these things happened, I was actually working for that station. So, what I remember was Sandi Patty. She was a very, very big artist, and she won Dove Awards and Grammy Awards. I think she's like still one of the highest awarded contemporary Christian music artists. So it was 1993, and she had, oh my gosh, she had an affair. She was married. She had an affair with one of her backup singers or somebody in her band. Um, so, of course, they didn't say canceled at the time, but they pulled her music off the radio stations. They took her records out of record stores. They pretty much stopped playing her, banned her, and she struggled for a while. She ended up marrying the man that she had an affair with, and I guess she came back to the music. I don't know, but by that time I wasn't working at a radio station, and so I don't know. I know she has been doing music since then. And then there was Michael English. I do remember that. He was on tour with a couple of artists, and he was also married. He had an affair with a woman who was a Christian artist, and she was married, and then she got pregnant, and oh my gosh, so he was let go, canceled, whatever, several years. He really struggled hard with it, and he did drugs and all kinds of stuff, and you can find his story. It's very easy. Michael English was very, very, I enjoyed his music. So yeah, it was like today you would say he was canceled, no more. And then a few of the people that I had never heard of, Clay Cross, I may have heard of him because he was right in there somewhere in the 90s. He had said he had multiple affairs. There was someone more recently, Jennifer Knapp, not familiar with her. She came out as lesbian, and I believe she has recently started singing again, or being accepted with Christian music. Going back to Grace Baldridge, she actually had a really either a number one or a really high hit recently within the last 2 years on contemporary Christians. Also, Kirk Franklin, he was a phenomenal late, I guess, 90s, early 2000s, phenomenal gospel singer. And he wasn't so much canceled, but he had said that he had a really strong porn addiction and he was on Oprah. Things are changing, I guess, still ever very slowly. And then someone I've never heard of, but we'll certainly look up and look into their music, uh, Marsha Stevens. So it was in 1979 where she came out and said, "Hey, guess what? I'm lesbian." Totally canceled her. They didn't even have her in the record books as being one of the first people, like I think she's now considered the mother of contemporary Christian music. She had a song, like I think in 1970, which people loved worldwide. And when she came out like 9, 10 years later, oh my gosh, it was horrible. But they're just now recognizing that she was one of the first artists of contemporary Christian music. So that's good. There's always room for progress, and it's slowly happening, it seems like. But even like Amy Grant, one of the biggest artists ever in contemporary Christian music, crossover, everyone's heard of Amy Grant. She was married, she had multiple children, she had an affair. Possibly, they say her marriage was already pretty much over before she started seeing Vince Gill, another big artist in country music, but relatively Christian gospel music. And so they had a child, they got married, they had a child, and they've been together for 20 plus years or whatever. I just don't think it's anyone's business. You shouldn't be judging other people, right? As a Christian, we believe that it's not our job to judge. And yet, for the most part, Christians are judging others when they shouldn't be. If you're different, they don't like you. They judge you for how you look or who you love or what you do. You don't dress right for church. Well, you shouldn't be dressing for the people in church. You should be accepted for who you are and what you are, where you're going. And that is why a lot of times the people don't continue. If you're a Christian, you don't want to go to church. You pull away from not only that religion, but being a Christian in general. And what is that doing? Is that you're supposed to spread the word and bring people to Christ. That's just pushing people away. That's my own personal opinion. And so I want to end here with one of my all-time favorite. She's actually the mother of rock and roll. One of my all-time gospel rock music singers, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. I used to think it was Thorpe, but it's Sister Rosetta Tharpe. She, maybe in the 30s, 40s, she was really pushing the boundaries of gospel music, which really turned into rock and roll because her electric guitar, look her up, find her music. She's phenomenal. I mean, before Elvis stole Little Richard and all the cool music that they were starting and into, it was a lady. It was Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and she was said to be bisexual or lesbian, but she actually got married to a man in front of 20,000 people. Some say it was kind of a publicity stunt. Whatever. Whatever. She was great, phenomenal. Don't cancel her out just because of the lifestyle she may have led. And really, who's to say? Live your life, do your thing. Don't cancel people, cancel society. You don't know what's happening. People hear a 5-second soundbite and they're, oh my gosh, I can't. That person, I don't like the book, or I don't like the person, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Then don't buy the book. Don't watch the show, whatever. Anyway, sorry for the setup. It's completely different, but I have a loud neighbor who's extremely loud tonight. So this is my setup without my cool backdrop. It is what it is. Anyway, thanks for joining us. I've got some links for other videos that I've had. I still want to delve more into Christian bisexuality. If you know of anything I can read or research or make a video on, please let me know. Please let me know your thoughts on this, on any of the artists. if you're familiar with any of them. I'm sure I'm leaving out a plethora of scandals in recent, I don't know, the last 30 or 40 years of contemporary Christian music. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching Not Good at Normal.